Can you save my every dirty soul for me? For me. Can you save my every dirty soul for me? For me. Can you save my every dirty soul?
It's the 7th stadium and 4th country to become part of the NFL's International Series, Brock, as we're here in Sao Paulo, Brazil at Arena Corinthians. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And away we go, here in Sao Paulo. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Love from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Man in motion here. Throwing his Love on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10 now from the 30. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And he rocks the tackler. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the price for moving the chains that time.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Here's Love to throw. Into the hands of Romeo Dobbs. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Let's go now.
Jacobs running behind center. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
And the Birds put their dime package out there. Third down coming up. Shotgun now for Love. He has the first over the middle. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1 for 1. On now is McManus to kick this away. And it flies over the end zone and out of play. In the past, it's a touchback to the 25. The new rules starting this season, Brock, so it's now going to be at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Set. Go, set.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
No touch, set. Hey. No touch.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, these DNs love to get after the quarterback, but the most well-rounded of them are the guys who can anchor your run defense too. Mission accomplished.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
No touch, set. No touch.
They go to Barkley again. He's got a gain of 6 there. Andrew and Cooper there to make the stop. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Straight, set. No touch.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Return starts from the goal line. And he'll break the 15, but not get much further. Tough field position to start this one out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Zach Vaughn with the tackle. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Going run again with Jacobs. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They stick with Jacobs. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Going to the ground again on 1st. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Let's go.
From the 41. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Target that time, Jaden Reed. So that brings them to 3rd down.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Okay, ready?
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Love out of the shotgun. Able to find Chandler here. And he'll get it up to the 44.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. So fourth down, here comes Daniel Whelan to send it flying for the Packers. And this is going to be his first punt of the new season. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. Oh, they are loving this one. It flies out of bounds, and it wasn't too far off the end zone. They're going to say it crossed at the 3. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Great, set. Crowd left Yeti. No touch.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course. But you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
That's caught by A.J. Brown. A big 34-yard pickup there. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Big play gets him across midfield, sets him up 1st and 10 from the 40.
Great, set. Go on now. 73. No touch.
Handoff headed right, Barkley. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
No touch. No touch.
From the 31. He'll get this one to Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
So after that big play, Brock, they need just that final yard here on 1st and goal. He tries to sneak it, and he runs it across. Touchdown! The Eagles take a 2nd quarter lead. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. The fact that they pulled that out on a 1st and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did. And I would have loved to seen those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, the big guys in particular, many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go. And that group certainly was.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And we get to see the new kickoff rules come into play right away here in Week 1, Brock. Since it hit in the landing zone and then bounced into the end zone, the touchback only comes out to the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Play fake, it's Love. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Here's Love. He gets this one to Chandler. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play. And it'll be first down, Packers.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Love now. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off a first down.
Love to throw again. He's got Watson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
On second down, Jacobs. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
They'll come up first and 10. Pressure coming for Love. This one taken in by Kraft. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Brazil. The Packers trying to make some noise before halftime. Second and 6 coming up here. From the pistol, here's Love. That's much too high and out of the end zone, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So it'll be third down.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Love now to throw. And the defender comes away with it. Sidney Brown makes the play. And the Eagles will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for them. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Great, set.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the pistol, Hurts. Has him on the quick hit. The ball is out! Oh, the fumble jumps out of bounds. What a break there for the offense. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You know what? This game is hard. So sometimes catching a break or two in just the right circumstances is a big deal. Sideline could be your best friend as a runner. Because you lose the ball next to it, there's a good chance it could go harmlessly out of bounds.
1st down, a run with Barkley. He's out in the clear. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That goes for 36 yards. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Buys time, rolling right. Taken in by Smith. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Barkley has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2. All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half. Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal.
Great, set.
They'll try again with Barkley. And he's in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles will add to their lead at the end of the half. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff.
Yep.
Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles make it a 10-point ball game. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Nixon now to return it. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we finished 2 quarters, a couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The party's still going for 2 more quarters, football fans. We're back underway from Brazil. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Great. No touch.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Tiger swamp. No touch.
Hurts now from the gun. On the move, headed right. Now he takes it, and he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6.
No touch. No touch.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Great. Set. Hey.
They'll run it. This is A.J. Dillon. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Second and 3 now.
No touch. No touch.
They'll go again with Dillon. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Great. Set. No touch.
A play fake now Hurts to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Great. Set. No touch.
A run here with Will Shipley. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Andrew and Cooper there to make the stop. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
No touch, set. Go Silver, ready? No touch.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Bryce Huff in on the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Love to throw. He's got time here. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Jaden Reed, the intended target. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Love from the gun. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 25 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Chandler again. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Shotgun now for Love. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And the Eagles get to it. And he will take it back for the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. I think they would have happily just taken the turnover, Brock, but how about the wherewithal of the defender to take it back for the score?
Yeah, that is a scoop and score in the definition of a splash play defensively. You don't just rip possession away from the offense, kind of rip their heart out too. You rip possession, you turn it into points, and now that beleaguered offense is going to have to get right back on the field.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles take a 3-possession lead. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Nixon now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Forced out to his right. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st down, ball at the 36. Running back sent in motion. Thrown on 1st down, Love. This is reeled in by Reed. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Ready.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Love out of the shotgun. Escapes the pocket. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Sidney Brown makes the play. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Second time they've taken one back on him, Brock. First the fumble return, and now this pick 6.
You know, I point this out to you every defensive meeting room we're in, Kate, when we sit down in these production meetings, and you can see their boards, right? These defenses keep track, and they know if they get a score defensively, their odds of winning through the roof. You get 2, it's almost a certainty.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles make it a 24-point ball game. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Nixon now to return it. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Love back to it after the pick. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. Pass was thrown for Christian Watson. So that brings up 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
A 2nd down throw here for Love. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked picked off by Quinyon Mitchell.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
Dillon gets it on the counter. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Andrew Cooper there to make the stop. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's Eagles ball, and this one looks like it may already be out of reach. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Great.
They send a tight end in motion. It's Dillon here on 2nd down. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
A 41-yard attempt.
The kick by Hopkins is good. And that grows the lead to 27.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Nixon now to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
7 Pirates, here we go, set.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Reed's got it. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after him.
New set of downs for him at the 38.
Let's go now. Go.
First down throw. Here's Love. Able to get it to Reed. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Back at 60. Ready.
Man in motion out of the slot. From the 46. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. And they pick him off again! Cooper to Gene in to pick it off. And the Eagles have it as he records the 1st interception of his young career.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. From the gun, it's a give to Dillon. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Going right back to Dillon. And this run doesn't quite reach enemy territory. Tackled at midfield. They get those 2 yards back, but now it leaves them with 3rd and 10. They'll give this up the middle to Dillon. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 4 yards narrows the distance a bit, but still some yardage left here on 4th down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign where they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And the punt team hurries down, and they're going to stop this one at the 10-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Come on, set. 18 Rattler.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Cooper to Jean in to pick it off. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Great, set.
Dillon, a 1st down carry. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning. Eagles looking like they'll start this season with a win. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Running up the middle, Dillon. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only a yard on the play. An improvement on their last one, but that brings up 3rd and 9. They'll hand it to Dillon. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles. Well, they stuff the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. He better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. A kick they needed, but it's no good as it sails too far right. And looking at the scoreboard, Brock, I think they can weather the miss there.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. 1st and 10 coming up.
Go!
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Love looking to pass. And they pick him off again. Picked off Reed Blankenship. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back, and this is where you've got to conserve every second. Got to expect a timeout coming any moment now.
Lining up to take a knee on second down. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So it's an Eagles win here in this one, as they take the first ever victory awarded here in South America. And no doubt the trip home from Brazil going to be a joyous one before it's back to business prepping for week 2. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Eagles are winners as we say ciao from Sao Paulo.